Good morning, friends. Look at this. Look at all this dirt. I had 3 feet of leaves in this dirt, I don't know, 3 days ago? 4 days ago? Maybe? And look, it's dirt. Look what my chickens have done. Look, you can tell. You can go down here. You can see a few here and there, but they have really done a great job. And I have come out here with the scratch this morning and I'll let them come out here and find it. But look at this. I mean, they are working so hard. I cannot believe it. I just can't believe it. Which brings me to something I want to talk to y'all about. Just a minute. Let me open the door. They're screaming to get out. Not a one went down, but I did something different too. I backed into the door today rather than standing on the outside of it. So I was trying this morning to think about what was I going to post. What was I going to have as my message? I can't do two things at once. What was I going to do? What was my message going to be today? I was looking at all these places all these posts of all these people that I have subscribed to their channels. And some are just majestic. I mean, just a place on earth that you'd never be able to see otherwise. And there's one who has, it's kind of dark right here. There's one who has chickens. And they let their chickens out in the open field and just let them roam, which would be wonderful, but I don't know how they would find their eggs every day because I know my chickens will try and hide eggs as much as they possibly can. But today's story is going to be on purpose. Do you have a purpose? Do you know what your purpose is? Because chickens are animals. They have a purpose. They don't know they have a purpose, but their purpose is to do exactly what they're doing right now. And they can come in here and just within a very few days, they can clean up a garden. They can scratch. They can eat. They can make compost. They can basically till it on the top. That's their purpose. They don't know they have that purpose, but they have the purpose because it's what they do best. So I was thinking about my grandparents, and as I told you a couple of videos ago, my dad was born in 1918. So by the time I came along in 1954, he was already 36 years old, and my grandfather was already in his 60s. I had no grandmothers. I did when I was born, but I was 2 when my last grandmother died. So I never really had any grandparents except for the one, and I just loved him. He was the best grandparent. He was like 5. I mean, he was that wonderful. And the reason I'm saying this is because I had a very dear feeling towards grandparents and old people when I was young. And they taught me so much just hanging out with them and talking to them and listening to what they've experienced before. And I just thought, some of the people who are on my channel may be young. It says that you are. There's some old people, but more of you are young than old. And you may be living in a different time zone, a different zip code, a different city than your grandparents. You may not really have time or think you have time for them. But you know what? They'll always find time for you because, as the old saying goes, the things that are the most important to you is what you find time for. And I just wanted to talk to you about your grandparents and capturing moments with them, capture pictures of them, talk to them about what their life was like. My mother rode a horse back and forth to school, and she was one of the lucky ones. She was the only one out of 13 kids who graduated high school because of where she lived in her family life. Last of 13. So what I'm saying is find your purpose. What are you the best at? Another old saying is if you do what you like the most, you'll never work a day in your life. And I tried to help my children when they were young to find out what that purpose was, what that goal was, what the things were that they loved the most. And I think they both found it. Yeah, they have struggles. Everybody does. Even the chickens have struggles, you know. You watch these chickens and you'll see one rooster get too close to another rooster's hens, and that rooster will peck him in the head or jump on him or whatever he has to do. Or like just happened off camera, there was a hen that found something she wanted to eat, and another one tried to grab it from her, and she pecked her in the head, and the other one took off, and they were both happy because one of them's not being pecked anymore, and the other one got to eat what they wanted. So life is hard, but it's also easy. It depends on how you look at it. You can just set yourself up for failure by having too much distractions, too many distractions. If you find yourself exhausted to the point where it's almost no return, and you have so many things on your plate, you need to start getting rid of some of those things on your plate. You know, that's what I said. That's exactly what he said. He's supporting me. He backs me up. He says that's right. So if you find that you don't have any support, find people who love you. It might not be your parents. It might not be your grandparents. It might be a friend. It might be a pastor. It might be your dog, you know, or your chicken, or your cat, or something. You know, find something that brings joy to your life and spend more time with that thing. I spend my time with God. That's what I do. And He brings me so much joy and so much peace and so much love and so much happiness that it spills out over me. And I want more of what He gives me every day. So if you find yourself, I don't know why my camera just keeps going dark on me. So if you find yourself in a struggle, and you don't have any grandma to talk to, or any mom to talk to, or any pastor to talk to, talk to me. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what, in the comments, just tell me what you want to hear. What do you want me to teach you? Because I'm 68 years old. I've done a lot of things. Some things I'm happy about, some things I'm really not proud of at all. But I learned from them and I don't do them again. So find your purpose, make goals, make lists, cross them off when you're done with them, when you've already completed those, and you will find yourself so happy because you have actually completed something and you can see it on paper. When you write it down on paper and you cross it off, and you know that that's something that you really wanted to do and you actually did it. I started this YouTube channel in 2012 and I did nothing with it. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with it, and I waited and I waited and I kept thinking, what am I going to do? Well, it wasn't until I retired this year in 2022, April, that I started thinking about it really seriously. And I finally discovered that, yeah, I need to sell eggs. People love eggs. They love eating eggs from very happy, very healthy chickens. They want to see how those chickens are raised. They want to see their surroundings, what they're fed, how they live, how they're cared for. And I thought, maybe that's what I'll do with my YouTube channel. So I started the YouTube channel so that my customers could tell other customers, hey, do you like fresh farm eggs? And if you do you want them to be raised like they do for stores with, all of them in little bitty tiny holes, and they have to lay like 3 eggs a day or something? Is that what you want? Or do you want happy, healthy chickens that are taken very good care of? And so therefore they tell their friends and they tell their friends, and now I have so many people wanting my eggs that I don't have enough eggs for them, even though I have 100 chickens. So it's been successful for me. It's not always successful. Sometimes it just doesn't work out like you want it to. Sometimes you have to stop, reassess, and move forward again. Sometimes you have to go backwards and say, wait, is that really what I'm supposed to do? And then move forward. So this is going to be a short video. I just basically wanted to tell you that there are people there. It's for you. God's for you. Holy Spirit will lead your life if you allow Him. And I'll see you on the next one.